What's going on, everybody? I think I've recognized a lot of code in their stuff. Something I heard today made me just want to look into this closing ceremony for the Olympics. I heard that there was going to be a Grim Reaper in it. I'm like, hold on now. It's on the 11th. You know, it's a big day for Masons. It's the beginning of the helical rising, the dog days of summer. It's the first day you can see Sirius, the star, in the eastern sky. And that's who the Masons ultimately worship, is the light bearer, Lucifer, Sirius, the dog star, the North Star. They've got all kinds of names that they call it. But the saying when you meet another Mason is, "Are you a traveling man?" And they say, "Yes, I'm walking from the east to the west searching for light, or truth and light." And this thing rises in the east and is visible for the first time of the year. And it's going to be heading west, alright? So then I'm curious, like, what time are these ceremonies and who's going to be there? Because someone else I heard that said, oh, there's going to be a bunch of famous people performing. I was curious who's performing, because that tells you a lot about what they're going to do too, because they do rituals around these things. These are all rituals. All these stars are gods. They're your imitation gods. They're idols, and they do the rituals. But I wanted y'all to hear what this says, because the way it puts it I thought was interesting, just the way things were worded.
Snoop Dogg, Billie Eilish, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers at Olympics Celebrity News Entertainment, Daily Express US. The Paris Olympics closing ceremony on Sunday will feature a star-studded handoff to Los Angeles, the 2028 Summer Games host city. According to Variety, Billie Eilish, Snoop Dogg, whose eye-watering salary has been revealed, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers are set to perform from Los Angeles in a mix of pre-taped and live segments. Grammy Awards producer Ben Winston has allegedly been coordinating with French organizers, while Tom Cruise is set to perform a death-defying stunt. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck divorce finalized after months of speculation. Ben Affleck's best friend breaks silence on Jennifer Lopez split in mansion. The performances follow a reported stunt by Tom Cruise in France, ending with him parachuting near the Hollywood sign in a pre-recorded segment. Security is a top priority, especially after Austrian authorities recently prevented a terrorist plot at a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna. Officials are preparing for potential threats by air, land, and sea in Los Angeles. The artists were reportedly chosen strategically, and have strong ties to Los Angeles. Billie, a pop sensation, is an LA native. Snoop Dogg, from Long Beach, gained popularity as an NBC commentator during the Paris Games and has pioneered in the Los Angeles hip-hop scene. Finally, the Red Hot Chili Peppers...
That was funny. But anyway, did y'all catch a lot of that? They're really talking about Los Angeles and how they're honoring Los Angeles. And man, I'm like, why would they be doing this at the Olympics? What's the big deal? Because the numbers have been all over the medal count, that you could see 33s all over the numbers that are the countries that aren't going to make it through this whole thing, which is the UK and Ireland, Scotland, Canada, United States, and Australia. As far as Europe, I have no idea what happens there, but as far as from what I can see from what they're putting out, they don't intend for there to be much of anything left there. And we know with Revelation 18, nothing will live here anymore. But could that just be the whole Western system? I don't know. I guess it depends on how you interpret it. I'm not going to be here, so it doesn't matter to me. But either way, it made me look. What time does this start? Well, it starts at 9 p.m. Paris time on the 11th. So there's your 9/11. So let me move my little thing here so I can pull up my recent tabs. Alright, the helical rising. It's a real scorcher. Serious, that helical rising. Alright, well, that happens, like I say, at sunrise. So it made me think of, what time is it in LA when this little shindig kicks off in France? So I started looking up times. Let me see if I can find my timetable here. Let me go to my pictures here. I think I put it in there. Alright, here we go. The helical rising. A star is seen on the first day when the star becomes visible again from the east in the light of the dawn just before sunrise. So we explained that. And there's the sky and telescope. Alright, so the Olympics closing ceremony is scheduled to begin at 9 p.m. CEST, which is Central European Standard Time. There's your 9/11. Alright, it's also the helical rising, 2 connections. Alright, or 3 p.m. Eastern Time, there's your 3. So that would put it at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So there's another 9/11 connection with France and LA. So then I was like, what else could be happening? Like, where is sunrise when this is happening? Because that's what I was focused on, is where is sunrise now that I know that when the helical rising actually happens? Because I never really looked into it, I just knew about it. So I started thinking it would probably be somewhere around Asia or Russia or something like that. So I'm expecting a huge earthquake to happen in Fukushima that's going to set off the Ring of Fire. So here's my converter here for Eastern Standard Time to Fukushima and sunrise. So if it's 4 a.m. in Fukushima, it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when this thing starts, it's going to be 4 a.m. Alright. Now y'all watch this, because I don't think I took a picture of this. So I'll probably have to look this up. What time is sunrise in Fukushima, Japan on the 11th? Of August 2024. 4:50 a.m. So we go back to our converter here. Oh no, that wasn't it. Our converter here, 4 a.m. is 3 p.m. when it starts. So 50 minutes into this closing ceremony, I haven't looked at how long it lasted, or last. We'll look at that next. So 50 minutes into this will be sunrise in Fukushima, Japan. I'm expecting this earthquake at sunrise in Fukushima, Japan, which will affect California. If LA directly, it'll be gone. There won't be nothing left of LA. And they've been doing military drills over there like crazy. Washington and Oregon will be gone. It's kind of concerning with 3 p.m. on the East Coast too, with what we know is coming to New York City. So, I mean, this could be the whole shindig here, or it could just be Fukushima starting, and who knows how long it would take that ring of fire to spread around now. I don't know if, it depends on how big an earthquake. And let's say they do have a 9.0 that starts the ring of fire. Earthquakes work in waves. So it could build up for, hours to days. And whatever this huge megaquake is they're predicting could be a prequel to God's earthquake to open up the graves. Because we got to be gone before California falls off the map. I mean, there are believers there too. I mean, this will be catastrophic. This will set off a chain of events that will be massive. And then with what's going on in Israel, my question is, I mean, no matter whose side you're on, I don't understand why they're billing this as like a bunch of folks were in school in the middle of a war zone with no electricity and a bunch of bombed out buildings, and everybody's been running around, you know, homeless with no food and no gas, no nothing for almost a year now. But yeah, they were in school. That don't make no sense. But anyway, whatever. It's going to be covered in the news that way either way, which is going to start some heat. This human chain they're doing is going to start a lot of heat. And if they sacrifice anything on that Temple Mount, whether it's the actual red heifers or not, that's going to set off a major conflict, which will involve Saudi Arabia, which we need involved for Psalm 83 to happen. Now, while all this is happening, we could have Israel going after Damascus and Elam as well. And this is all speculation, people. I'm not telling y'all what's going to happen. I'm just telling y'all the numbers I see that they use to forecast what they're doing to each other, and the symbology that they use to do it has been crazy lately. The rituals have been nuts. The Trump ritual, I mean, you need to know that they're mocking how Moses raised Aaron with blood on the ear and the toe and the thumb. Remember, he lost his shoes and couldn't find them? I mean, that was a mocking of the raising of the high priest of the Sanhedrin. So this is for real, people. When he said to you beautiful Christians, you'll never have to vote again, he meant it. They usually killed Christians around I don't know how to say this without triggering something, but Purim. Look into that if you'd like. It's not important at this point. What is important is if you're called, if you feel in your heart that you are tugged towards Jesus right now, you have nowhere else to turn, you don't know what to do, this stuff is scary to you. I'm not talking to everybody out there, and maybe even nobody out there, but if you feel tugged, then believe the gospel. 1 Corinthians 15, 1-4, that Jesus died on that cross for your sins. He was buried, and he rose again on the third day, according to the scriptures, for your sins. And he's coming back. Maranatha. Love and grace. Because we are really, really close here. I mean, you can feel the energy. It's just something don't feel right. Everybody in our house has been sick here for the last week especially, and all the animals are sick too. Everybody's dragging around headaches, stomach problems, feeling hot, almost like burning skin, rashes. And with this next summit they're having, whatever they're doing is going to affect animals, because they're testing and quarantining pets as well. And that's verified from their releases. That's in their little summit pre-op that they did in 2019 as well. I mean, this is on the same time frame as well, but we're dealing with two different feasts, like I say. One what happened on the feast of Scott, and they made everyone stay home in tabernacles during that lockdown, and the next lockdown's happening, Feast of Trumpets. That's a warning. Y'all get ready.